Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have an open box video for you all that has some old friends and has some new friends, some friends of the show friends. So this is a sad, sad sight. Let me just point a few things out for you on this 1871 half dollar from the Carson City Mint. Okay, so right away you can tell from a distance, the metal shouldn't be shining all different directions on here, and you see all the dirt in there. Some novice found this undoubtedly like digging or something, and just did something in the tarnation to him. So unfortunately, the coin's been cleaned. Had some pretty heavy stuff on it. 1871 Carson City is a really scarce date for the Carson City Mint on half dollars. This coin has pretty nice overall design detail still. In fact, they called it a fine. I think that's fine. And, of course, they call it cleaned. They actually say harshly cleaned, which I don't mind. I think it's good to kind of put the proper kind of details to what we're looking at on the coin, right? And so this is a coin that in fine is $1,100, mintage of only 153,000 and change. And is the type of thing that it's good to have in a holder just so people know that it's genuine. I wanted to make sure that it was saleable, because if it's not in that holder, it might be a little bit less than saleable. All right, next up, I've got some old friends here for y'all. So those of you who've been watching the channel for a little bit, you may remember not that long ago I had this 1981 hoard of coins. And so I had this I pulled out, there was a bunch of 20s, and I pulled out the two that I thought were the nicest. So this one they called a 63 plus, this 28. And, I thought it was really quite stunning for a, it's not a rare date or anything, but just in general, it has a great look to it. Gold is pretty soft and also very dense and heavy. So these coins, when they get together, they leave marks. Right? They leave lots of marks. And this was my, I think, second favorite in the group. And overall, just really a nice example. MS64, these things don't have a big jump from 64 to 65 anyways for common dates. And I was going to say, if you want to know what the price point is, just check back every 5 minutes, because it seems like $20 gold pieces are always trading at a different price every 5 minutes. But 22, 23, 2400, I mean 2500, they're just kind of all over the place. They keep moving around. But this was my favorite coin. Was actually the one that they only called a Mint State 60 Plus on their label, which I thought was pretty funny, and was $8.95, so this 1924. But this coin is truly impressive in person, and has a real nice look to it. Your marks are mostly hidden, so I will say there are some of these marks over here in the dress, but the fields are really nice. Whoop. Very, very bold. Nice looking coin. And of course the eagle's looking pretty sharp there too. One of the things that's really fun about this coin is you think about the line work on this coin is actually quite a lot. But a lot of the coins from the 20s, you get into that commemorative coin era, and a lot of them have eagles on them, and some of the eagles have pretty heavy line work on them too. So MS64 Plus, yeah, I mean, I think it's a 5 all day, but what are you gonna do? It's a pretty coin, and they did all right. That's pretty good. But up next, speaking of just all right, so I sent this in just because I thought it was such an oddball coin. It was from a real nice original group of coins that I'd gotten in. It was like an end cap coin, and had this funky toning. And in person, the coin looks really kind of fun. It's got all kinds of weird, funky iridescence. Now, of course, it has those, 100-year-old thumbprints, which I know people get discouraged by, but I just like to think, you know, once I get into that NSA database, I can't wait to figure out who touched that coin, right? That's just a thing. MS64, you know, I mean, it looks a lot nicer than that in hand, but once again, if you want to knock the coin for having a thumbprint on the face, I understand that. I just happen to think it's got a cool look to it. You know, it's not the type of thing that if you're putting together just like a very, very specific, like I only want plast white Morgans, I only want a certain this, that. But if you just want something with kind of a different type of look and feel to it, that's just kind of a fun coin, that 81S. And speaking of 81Ss, I was like, man, that coin is popping. I think those came in together. Both of them had really a great look to them. Looks like every 81S you've ever seen. No, they come back. They come real stunning. But also, this is my favorite thing ever. And by favorite thing ever, I mean, you know, there's the wheel mark. And the wheel on the bus goes round and round. Here is the wheel mark right here. Actually, I would think it's an eraser mark. And right behind her hair, that area that turns color right here. But the hard part is it blends so nicely with the luster on this one. It's right here. It goes this way, and so you can see it. Let's get a light angle at which it popped. There we go. That white moving this direction. Now it's easy to confuse with just, let's see how this turns white with luster, but this is, the luster moves when you tilt. See, it starts to move. This is stationary, like it's off and on, and so it just stays there. The reason I said it's an eraser mark instead of a wheel mark is I would think a wheel mark usually goes over the center of the coin. Erasers have a very similar look to a wheel mark because usually it's the same type of material. But what a shame that is. And once again, I made a real big mistake. All right, finally I got two coins that were actually for customers. Two of my favorite coins, well, for different reasons, and he had a few coins he wanted to send in. And, you know, we talked about them, and these are the two that I picked out of the group because I thought that they were very unique and interesting coins in general. This 25 Denver Mint 2.5 is very, very lustrous, nice original looking coin, but also the coin, in my opinion, it has almost a proof-like finish to it, and I've seen very, very few Liberties with that type of a finish to it. And it's all over the coin, by the way. It's into the recesses of the coin, but also in the field of the coin. MS61, I still find this to be a fascinating coin. I don't know, now that I'm just saying this out loud, I should have checked and seen if there's any proof-like 2.5s graded, but that is as close as I think I've ever seen. And so I thought that was cool, and I think my customer will be happy it came back mint state, which is good. And last but not least, okay, so I saw this coin. I said, you got to send that in. And I've never seen a 20 Saint like this. I mean, just fireball orange. And when I saw it, because he wasn't considering this one, and I was like, man, you've got to send that in because the color is awesome, and he likes the coin. He's owned it for a long time, but he didn't think twice about the color. MS64, good grade for him on this, common date 1924. But I'm really a big fan of the orange, le orange on 20s, on gold in general. I mean, that thing, just when you put it next to the yellow gold color it should look like, it really just is a cool coin. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can leave your comments down below. Subscribe by clicking on the owl button and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.